Parker, what was your story? You told me the other day, and I didn't know this about you. You went from minus 2K to over 6 figures in crypto.
It's minus 5.
Minus 5. I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter. You're in the negatives. How has somebody done that from minus, you've worked 2 jobs, you've done super, super well. How have you gotten to 6 figures, and how can you tell somebody else that there's maybe in their overdraft right now to get to that 6 figures?
Really just brute forced my way into it. It's definitely a turning point when I'm at a Mexican restaurant with both sets of my parents, divorced parents, and they're all having a come to Jesus moment with why is your Discover card at this level? And I was like, I don't know why. Make a mistake. So kind of caught the Andrew Tate bug, brute forced my way to just working 2 jobs to make a better income and paying off all my debt, getting back to, we talked about Dave Ramsey, started square one there at 0. And then once I started having more money come in, then I had no more debts to pay off. So it's like, where do I put this? And then discovered crypto and went so far deep down that rabbit hole, I don't even know who I was 3 years ago anymore.
Okay. And what is it you would tell maybe younger self Parker to do? Just work 2 jobs? Like, because there's a lot of people out there that are working hard, but shit's so fucking expensive.
Everything that is flashy and cool that I wanted at that time that I would go into debt for was to impress people that don't care about you and that I don't care about and could care less about today.
How should somebody start?
Start making money? I mean, if you're in your 20s like I was and you're a man, I mean, your job's to make money, get an income going. So if you should look for ways to increase the income you're making at your job. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to stack a second job. And then while you have 2 jobs, try to increase the value of one of those jobs and just keep stacking, grinding, and then invest the difference.
What's your 21 story? You were in 22?
Honestly, 23.
What happened for you? What got you in crypto? Was it a YouTube? Was it a Jake Gordon video again, or what was it?
Yeah, so at first it was Andrew Tate kind of mentioning some crypto things, and then also throughout, as I started buying little bits of Bitcoin, Ethereum, every month, everything extra I had, I was buying it. But then on YouTube, I was at work listening to crypto YouTube all day, and you were one of those people.
What a sad
I know, bro. I had HBAR for a while.
You don't. I mean, why did you sell it, bro?
Like Bobby, I've condensed my portfolio down to 6 to 8 real high conviction plays, where it's like I don't want to be managing things scattered all over. I really want to just know my coins, know what I believe in, and run those to the moon.
Goals just run $1 million?
$1 million portfolio. I'll be happy at 500K.
Okay, what does that mean? Because I don't want to see the younger version of me 500K to $1 million. Like, how are you exiting this?
Once I hit a 500K port, which it's not that far away at this point, start taking aggressive profits. Just because it's that win for sure thing. It's not worth trying so hard to get to $1 million that you don't leave with 500K and you round trip it back to 2 or 100K or just back down to -5.
All right, Parker. So I'm 21, 22. I'm not actually, but I'm 21, 22. I'm working hard. I'm looking at cryptocurrency. We have 5 to 6 months left. Okay, I've got 5 to 10K. Where does it go?
You want to get aggressive?
I want to be really aggressive. I don't mind. I'm young enough where I can lose the game because we spoke to guys that are in their 60s to 70s that maybe can't lose it. Okay, we've got time.
That's the beauty of it. If I lose everything right now, it's like, haha, start over. 26. I've done it once in 2 years already. I mean, 2 more years. It's really nothing. For me, if I'm looking to take 5 to 10K, get as much out of it as possible, I'm looking lower down the market cap list. Bare minimum, Sui is a great L1 I like. It's top 11 by market cap, I think. But going for more speculative plays, if you're wanting to dabble in memes, risk it for the biscuit. Brett's a great play.
Stop it, bro.
Oh, bro. You love Brett.
Stop it, bro.
If we're talking memes, Ponky. I think Ponky has great culture around the internet space. It's just invaded its way on Instagram Reels. It's all over X. It's on YouTube. It's got a great culture around it. And then, I'm a big Arrow guy. I love me some Arrow.
You like lose money?
So, I mean, it's a 5X back to where it was. Could be a pretty easy play, and I use it to generate passive income.
My problem with Arrow and clients like this is they have no max supply.
Yeah, a lot of sell pressure on it.
How do you feel about that? Yeah, because we're earning rewards, for example. Like, do you think Arrow can do well because of that?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Do you?
Yeah, bro. Okay. It'll pump. It'll sell off again. You get a great entry.
Okay.
It's not a token that I'm holding long term. It's not a token I'm going to hold till next cycle. If you're looking for those plays, that's your Bitcoin, your ETH, Solana, Sui. If the things you believe in long term, but even then you want to be cashing out, rolling into USDC so you can arbitrage that dip.
Cashing out for you this bull run for the 500K looks like what? Number wise, Bitcoin what? Price predictions, et cetera, Because I want to nail that down for you, Parker, right? Because I'm not sure I'm understanding how you're going to exit.
Yeah, so I don't want to be a moon boy, but I think 200K could be in play for Bitcoin, but I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to be there. Small percentage of my portfolio will stay in Bitcoin, just as a what if, a memento.
That's one thing I've always had for you, right? You believe we're going to crash hard. Why would you not sell the Bitcoin and rebuy?
I don't know how hard we're going to crash, and most of my portfolio will be sold off, but there'll be a piece of it that's just Bitcoin, just to have Bitcoin, just as a memento piece, just as like something, a collectible. I mean, you know, your watches might go up or down in value, but it's something that you just like. I just want to have a little Bitcoin in the portfolio.
Okay.
But most people that I've talked to from last cycle, they did so well because they sold too early. So even if I believe it's going to 200K, I'm sold 150K. Sui, if I believe it could go to $20, I'm sold out at 15. I don't need to play that game. I want to win for sure. And $15 Sui is a 5X from here, and it's something that I'd be more than happy with.
Okay.
Multi six figures right there.
What does Parker do when he has 500K? Okay. Are you still going to work, or are you going to try and buy the next cycle? Like, how does somebody keep playing this game? And do you think we're even going to get the 4-year cycle continuing for a long time? Because I believe we're going to get the 4-year cycle until it stops working.
I think its 4-year cycle will continue. It follows the liquidity cycles, but I don't think it's going to be, at least for Bitcoin, as aggressive as a fall off and pumps. I think it's going to diminish over time. It's going to get less, stay volatile, but it's going to get less volatile. For me, that 500K, a lot of that will go into USDC, lending, stablecoin activities, just to create a passive income that becomes substantially significant for a daily income. I can quit one of those day jobs and focus on YouTube, keep giving back, keep growing the YouTube channel, and just have more freedom. Travel out to Thailand, meet the boys out there. Retire parents, just live better, live healthier, focus on
No
the things I
supercars, no
love.
watches?
What's that?
No supercars, no watches, nothing flashy that you're going to shoot yourself
See,
with?
the stuff I like would be like a souped up Ford Raptor. Like that's,
How much is that?
ooh, I mean, if you get the Raptor R, 150K. So I mean, still like,
Still fucking big spending, bro. Like,
yeah, but I love the truck I have right now. So there's just no need for me to upgrade at the moment. But it's, for me, it's more about freedom, which I think Bobby mentioned maybe in the previous podcast, but just no longer trading so much time for money. And now that previous time I invested in the 2 to 3 jobs I was working is now paying for my future.
okay,
I don't want to retire at 65.
okay.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather retire at 30, 35 than have a Ford Raptor.
Okay. Retiring looks like what? Having so much money that you can just cover everything?
Never worrying about money, living within your means, and just having complete control over my life. Where I go, how much time I spend with who. I don't want my family to ever worry. I don't want them to be stressed about bills.
What's the number?
What's the number? Oh, man. Just getting to that. That's why that $1 million mark was so special. Because 10% a year off of $1 million, that's $100K just coming in, just interest.
How does
And that's a
somebody
big
how
goal
does
of
somebody
mine.
get 10% of $1 million?
In interest on USDC?
And anything? Is it the S&P?
Oh, I mean, the stock market average return is 8 to 10%. It's pretty close. The beauty of stablecoin lending is I seek out that 6 to 10% range pretty safely, and there's no vol. So if the stock market does have a dip, say it's down 4% for the year, I can take those stablecoins and then use that in TradFi and then catch that pump back, sell it off, back to stables. There's lots of ways you can play it, and it's complete freedom, complete choice, and that's the beauty of it to me.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like liquidity, but I do play a somewhat safer game because I still believe there's a lot of risk when it comes to lending, just because of all these protocols. You know, it's not.
What happens if
If I have that 1 million, sorry.
Yeah.
So if I have that 1 million and I'm going to put it in to get 10% and put all of that at risk, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem, right?
Yeah.
You have a hack. You lose it all. And everything's there.
Different chains, different stables, different platforms. And there's even some spots like where you can find those 5% interest rates where it's FDIC insured then.
Okay.
Because it's like an internet online savings account. So high yield savings too. I mean, I'll be spread, but my point is I'm not going to completely exit.